Maximum Football Early Access was released on November 7th. Today is November 9th. I had a total of 3 days of grinding and amazing experience of Maximum Football. So here is my complete review of this game so far. There is a bunch of positives and of course there is a bunch of negatives. Let's go ahead and address the issues and all the negatives that this game has to offer so far. Now, before we begin, I'm showcasing the known issues that they showcase on their game. And some of these issues I have encountered, some of them I have not encountered, and some is brand new to me that I ended up witnessing that's not even on this list. So, majority of my issues came from online experience that's expected from the UI and also gameplay. There was a little bit with offline from gameplay and UI, so I'm going to cover that all in today's video. But let's go ahead and address the major thing that is a very big disappointment that I think that this game shouldn't even have. Now, of course, once again, everything is in early access. This game is going to be continuing to evolve and improve over time, so they're going to be doing a bunch of fixes and adding a bunch more stuff to this game. But as of now, this is where I'm pretty much standing at with the current experience. Now, of course, there's a couple things that's still not available, like maximum franchise. I'm looking forward to that, even though they did have DLCs that unlocked a lot of stuff that you have to pay for, which is understandable coming from a free game. They have to figure out how to make the most money. Now, of course, you guys know what the go-to mode is, but before we get into that of how they earn their money, let's go ahead and address one major thing that I think was a very big disappointment, which I think they're going to end up fixing over time, and that's the community customization. So, I was expecting that they had a vault where the people that end up taking the time to create a bunch of variety of different teams, you can download those custom created teams to use. But come to find out, you can only download the logo that they upload to their server. So there's no ability to download other people's team creations. It's just whatever they uploaded for the logo. So that was a big disappointment. So hopefully over time they're going to implement that, because I'm looking forward to people that's spending time that's going to be making, like college or NFL. But to me, I'm not too big on it, because if I wanted to actually use college football or NFL cosmetics look, I would go play EA Sports Madden or college football. But I would like to see other people's team creations outside of just facing them online. I would like to probably see them for myself. But it is something that would be a cool for a community, for those that do take the time, where you can use their team creations and implement it into your dynasty or franchise. So hopefully they implement this eventually for that aspect for the community downloads. Now, the biggest issue that this game has to offer is, of course, their Ultimate Team method. Pro League revamped Ultimate Team of what Madden's Ultimate Team is. Pretty much the same format, as just they go a little bit more the distance, where you can actually create your team with customization and you can edit players to your liking with customization. Madden doesn't have that. And this is what Ultimate Team should be in Madden. But overall, they have the same format, same concept style, which is fine. But the thing is that ruins this is it's literally pay to build your team to have an easier way to compete. I think they should just take this concept away. Don't have it where it's pay to build your team. Make it a grind, because right now their challenges is well done for grinding for in-game currency. Use the in-game currency to build your team for the people that literally grind this game. Now, you get a decent amount from playing the CPU, that's expected. but you get most of it from playing online rank matches. That's how it should be. Keep the pay for cosmetics, which they still have, where you can pay to get certain customizations unlocked for customizing your team. For instance, like helmet, certain gloves, certain shoes, certain patterns for when you're editing your jersey. They should leave that feature for money to be paid for cosmetics. That would be the best thing for this game moving forward because it would make a big difference and more people interested in playing this. At least the challenges, even just playing against the CPU, is more worth it than what you're getting out of with Madden's Ultimate Team solo challenges. It's actually rewarding for in-game currency. Now you look at the price range for the pay currency, it's very cheap compared to what Madden is. The thing is that kind of separates this is how their search engine is, that kind of reflects from people that are pay to pretty much compete, win, build their team, right? They make it where you're playing against people that are similar to your team overall. So I mean, it kind of balances there, but still, you're still playing against people that may spend a little bit more money than you to get better players, because when they upgrade their players, they can have certain individuals that are much more dominant at that particular position because they're able to upgrade a certain player to a max level. So it's kind of balanced, but at the end, it's still not, because people can favor certain position players. And like I said, it's still pay to win, pay to build. But, it's understandable. It's a free game. This is what they have to do in order to get more money. They have to make profit off a free game. But like I said, if they keep adding more customization, more cosmetics to unlock for team creation, I feel like that'd be a great thing in order for people to having to spend money in order to get that particular customization unlock. Kind of think of it like Fortnite, how they do all these season events to just unlock a brand new avatar, like for whatever that season is. Like if you want a Ninja Turtle, if you want a Star Wars character, if you want a celebrity, things of that sort, they should do the same thing with this game. But of course, they're not doing that. Right here is another issue that they're able to focus on for Ultimate Team, that they don't have this user interface in Dynasty mode. So this depth chart looks very clean in um, Pro League, but they don't have this look in Dynasty, which Dynasty by itself, trying to reorder your depth chart is kind of confusing, kind of complicated. It's not as simple as what you see here. And then the major thing that ruins online gameplay is counting matches. So for the people that witnessed the times I've played my matches in online games, this is still a continuing problem. It's just like Madden. You can play a full match or somewhat a decent game, but somebody can literally back out and the game would not count. It seems like if you play a full match, that's the only way that the game is counted. And there's a lot of people abusing this. Now, if they do fix this issue where people are dashboarding or just backing out of the game so it doesn't count for either opponent, well, they need to pretty much reset everybody's record for the leaderboard system, and or either completely do that as well, um, you know, reset everybody's team. Now, you can't really do that because the amount of money that they spent, but in order to fix this issue, you should have a compensation for people that abuse this, where they don't take a loss, but they can continue to win games. But yet, if they do lose, they can just back out and not get a loss. So, I mean, this is a big disappointment for online gameplay in general, and how people continue to abuse this type of stuff, just like how it is in Madden. They can't accept a loss, and it's ridiculous. All right, moving on from that game mode and the user interface for that mode in general and in comparison with Dynasty and that. Let's move on to gameplay. So as you guys see right here, I'm playing an online ranked match from Pro League. This is one thing that I did not expect that, I would have thought they had in the game. So right here, I'm trying to kick off. I'm trying to have at least a miracle chance to make a comeback after I just scored, trying to make an onside kick. Come to find out, they have no onside kick formation. So it kind of makes sense because how the kick meter is, you can't really adjust the kick meter. It just automatically goes back and forth and then up and down for the power. So to see them trying to do this method for onside kick, this is probably why they didn't have it. And it may cause more issues because there's really no physics system built in yet. It's just, ball physics and then, you know, the animations. But when I go to kick this, I was trying to kick it short and low to see if I can get like an onside kick deal. I experienced this. So you still have gameplay issues where, the play doesn't fully go through. You have a scripted animation for the kick, and yet I kicked off, but I didn't really kick off the ball. It just froze there. And of course, I backed out. I didn't get a loss when I should have legitimately lose this game, but I didn't get a loss because I was able to back out. This is an online gameplay feature that's an issue. Now, I try to replicate this in offline. I have not experienced this, but it's just online. You can get scripted moments like this, and it can ruin everybody's experience. But what's the odds of that? I just made a big play to possibly make a comeback. I try to go do an onside kick, coming to find out there's no onside kick formation. And then I try to make a onside kick look just for the game to crash and glitch out and pretty much freeze in this scene as you guys see right here. So it was like the game knew that I needed an onside kick to try to make a miracle Hail Mary play, but yet, they didn't have it, but this is what they reward me with, pretty much saying, oh, you can back out and just not get a loss counted towards your record. So this is another online gameplay issue. Online in general is something that, I decided to stay away because just the online experience, you can experience so much more issues compared to offline. Offline, I really have not that much issues with Maximum Football. Offline, I have a much more better experience compared to online play. Now, with that being said, let's focus on the gameplay experience. So for offline, I noticed that there's no difficulty slider change. You can't make it more difficult or more easier. It comes down to basically ratings replacing that. So based off player ratings, where ratings literally showcase it very well in this game. It really separates the bad and good players in different categories. It showcases very well for separation, but overall, the fact that, you know, this game represents ratings very well is something that Madden hasn't really showcased very well. Now, team overalls, team schemes play a big part as well in Maximum Football. It really showcases very well and it separates, bad teams from good teams very well. But it doesn't mean that bad teams can still have a competitive challenge when playing your matches. So they really balance this in a way because bad teams can still upset you depending on, how you play and things of that sort. So for instance, when I was playing a online ranked match against this player that had a little bit better team, the thing is, it was the player archetypes that he had. He had a quarterback that was very good at launching the ball. He wasn't that fast, but given time, he was able to bomb my defense. Now, I didn't have the greatest DBs, but to reflect that, came down to strategy play calling. So I started sending a little bit more pressure with deep coverage because he was trying to bomb me every play. That kind of disrupted his play style. So even from the online experience, taking that format to offline, it works the same. So if I'm playing a team that is good at running the ball, I'm gonna try to set my play style to stopping the run. and then it forces that team to try to pass. So offline, there are certain schemes that certain teams use, and you're going to see them try to play towards that style. Once you try to, convert to stopping that style, um, you're going to see them struggle in other areas that they're not really comfortable with. And maximum football really shows that very well. It's an experience thing that you guys have to experience on your own to really see the difference. Now, also with that being said, like play calling, man, if it comes down to somebody either online or offline where they're playing a pass defense, especially, and I'm trying to run the ball, if I pick a run heavy formation against a pass defense, I'm going to get a lot of yards. Like in Madden, when it comes to that aspect, especially for online playing, it doesn't really showcase well. Like people can sit in pass defense and you're in the run heavy formation, and yet they're able to stop you with a bunch of DBs on the field. This game is completely different. It's more simulation football. Here's another situation I had. I faced a team that had a very agile quarterback. He would take off a lot of times. There's times where I have a quarterback that is very good at making quick decision making and making quick passing. I mean, all the ratings reflect based off these player archetypes and builds. It reflected correctly, and it showcased in these games that I'm facing offline, especially. But online as well, like I said, with that example, is the same concept. Based off player building, based off the play style, people are going to play towards their strong points, right? But this game really showcases it very well compared to what Madden has never showcased in any of their games. Now, outside of that, for the rating differences and scheme play, let's talk about just the play in general. So, from my experience of all my offline dynasty matches, defense really plays well in this game. Like in comparison to Madden 25 or just Madden in general, any Madden, this game, their defense is really difficult, especially when you're trying to read what coverage because they have so much unique and variety of defensive formations and looks. It makes the game a little bit challenging when it comes to passing, but the way DBs play their zones, I mean, they play their zones phenomenal based off ratings, and as well, man coverage plays very well depending on the matchup differences. Like if you have a good receiver against a bad DB, it's going to showcase. I mean, just the differences between the ratings, it's showcasing and reflecting well based off, play calling. Like this game is much more satisfying to play because it's not ability driven, it's more rating and play calling driven compared to Madden, which makes everything just balanced. Like there's a balance between pass blocking, pass rushing, blitzing concepts. They actually got unique blitzing concepts in this game based off the formation and play calling. It just makes it much more better for a football simulation experience, and that's what I've been looking for in this game. Literally delivers. Um, just the run blocking is amazing. Running through the trenches, it feels good to run in this game. You don't have those suctioning tackles. There's user skills that takes a lot of user skills to make a tackle. Actually, you guys see a lot of times where I'm getting juked out or spinned out from just the CPU alone making plays. Like the movement in this game, 10 out of 10. It's speed difference showcases holding turbo and not holding turbo makes a big difference. Cutting, just movement in general feels very smooth, especially since July of the beta. Like they heavily improved this game in every aspect. The biggest improvement that they done was catching. You couldn't really catch. You didn't have really control over the receiver and the timing of the catch. It does take time to get used to, especially from being used to Madden's catching mechanics. This game, it's really well done and it showcases based off user results. If you're terrible, um, you're not going to be assisted very easily compared to like Madden. Um, is a big day and night difference between the two when it comes to that. But Maximum Football really polished up on the catching mechanics, using the receiver. It's well done, even from the defensive point of view. You know, swatting the ball, catching. It's all about positioning of your player to make a play. Another thing that I simply enjoy is that once again, there's no CPU assistance, there's no suction tackling. Um, I mean, it is an animation based game. Hopefully, physics is going to be brought later on during the continuation developing of this game. But there's really no catch up speed. I mean, you will see a speed difference. There is times you do get caught from behind, but that's if you're tired or if somebody has a great pursuit angle. Pursuit angles in this game is absolutely amazing just based off ratings as well. But you don't see like linemen if you're getting a pick six, you don't see linemen catching up to you automatically with catch up speed and things of that sort, like what you're accustomed to seeing in Madden. Like there's a lot of gameplay that's just much more better than all the experiences I had with Madden or college football. This game really is balanced and very well done, very well polished, and it just feels much more different in a better way compared to what we're accustomed to with Madden. Pass rushing, manually using a pass rusher, defensive lineman, basic mechanics, but they do work and they reflect very well based off player ratings. Um, the movement system in this game is very responsive. The moves, making moves in general, is very responsive. Um, you can really dominate if you have a great break tackle ball carrier. You can break more tackles based off the responsiveness of the moves. But, you know, abusing your player too much, they do have like a little bit of a wear and tear system in this game, and it shows properly. The fumble was getting hit like right here, as you guys see. I got hit as I'm trying to throw the ball. There's a lot of times where there's fumbles, and I enjoy this compared to Madden, where you're hitting somebody that's just throwing the ball and it's an incomplete pass every single time when it should be a fumble, as you know what it looks like. This game, the fumbles, man, they are very, very accurate as well. Injuries that happen. Um, they reflect realistically in a way. I had a couple plays where, you know, I threw a pass. I'm pretty sure it was in um, the clips that you guys seen here, but I threw a deep pass. My receiver got rocked and he had like a herniated slip disc or something. But when he went to catch the ball, he actually drops the ball. So like hitting DBs or hitting receivers, depending on the positioning of the DBs and the outcome, they do drop the ball, and sometimes they can make a catch depending on the ratings. Once again, like I said, the ratings really reflect well in this game, and CPU can make plays as well. That's a big thing. CPU making plays, making moves, their judgment, it's very well balanced. Like playing from defensive point of view compared to Madden. Like when I'm playing offline, I can sit in one defense and for some reason the quarterback, when they make a pass, they throw the same routes or whatever. Compared to this game, they actually take chances. They look for the open receivers. They take off when they feel pressure. Just everything is well balanced in this game from a CPU standpoint. Like the CPU would do things that they should be doing compared to Madden. Like I said, I can sit in like a cover two, or I'll send a blitz and they either just instantly throw the ball away or throw to the flats every single time. This game, the AI just plays very well balanced based off situation, player ratings, decision making, the play call. I had times where I had like box defense. They have a lot of time with pass blocking. They take the time to try to figure out if they should launch it before actually trying to take off, even though if they're not a scrambling quarterback. Now, there is times when it comes to situations where the AI needs to be improved on. So there's times where it's like before halftime, if they have a chance to get downfield and score, they don't hurry up sometimes. And then there's times where They're right there to kick a field goal, but they don't use any of the timeouts. So there is a little bit of enhancing and improvements and fixes that they do have to do to the AI when it comes to situational moments because they don't play properly, or the things that you think they should do, they don't really do. But outside of that, I don't really have too much complaints of how they actually play in general because they can be tough, they can be easy. It makes it a well challenging experience. And the fact, like I said, they don't have difficulty sliders, it makes it unique to how they play. You guys see moments like this. They made a short route pass, broke a tackle, and then my guys literally got burnt. So, I mean, they make plays. Another thing is what you guys see right here is the spectator mode. The camera angles that they have in this makes it for a unique experience, a more enjoyable experience. And the fact that you can change camera angles during the play from, the corner cams, you can manually adjust it. You can spectate from the coach's view on the sidelines. It looks so good. And this is something that Madden has never done. And the fact that Maximum Football done this is absolutely amazing. And it makes it great, especially for people that are um, into the simulation aspect, having CPU play versus CPU and just watch the game. Like, I literally enjoy seeing how my team plays after improving my players and see if they're able to dominate. And just watching these matches, it's amazing. Now, the one thing I hate that they don't have in the game yet, which I'm pretty sure they're going to eventually have in the game, is instant replay mode. There's a lot of times where I want to look at certain plays because it's just like backbreaker. I look at every single play during instant replay. And the fact they don't have this in the game yet disappoints me. And hopefully they get it into the game after the first patch update. So I'm really looking forward to that. As far as animations, they added a lot more animations to make the game flow very well. And I'm looking forward to seeing more animations to be added to this game and possibly physics. Now, I was really hoping that they was going to have physics in this game, but as of now, just based off how the animations play, I'm fine with it. If it has to just be an animation game, I mean, I'm fine with it because this game plays very, very well. It's very, very smooth when it comes to just animation based play. And with all the animations that they currently have and just adding upon that, it may make the game much, much more better to see different type of animations compared to what we see now. But especially coming from July beta gameplay to now and seeing the amount of animations that they added, I'm impressed. I'm fully impressed with what they have done. Another positive thing that they done is that they added commentary. Before they didn't have commentary, but they do have commentary now. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst, but at least it's decent enough to actually listen to for those that want a commentary in the game. Outside of that, I don't really listen to the commentary itself. I just enjoy the gameplay sounds as is, which is fine with me. So right now they don't have weather impacts. They only have the day and night cycle. So eventually they're going to be adding weather into the game like rain, snow. I'm looking forward to that. I was kind of disappointed that they don't have it, and I want to see if it's going to actually affect how players play in the game. So like if it's raining, I want to see receivers slip and fall, or like moving with the ball carrier slip and fall. I wonder if they're going to have weather effects on players. So I'm just looking forward to what they're going to be doing over time with this game in general, and hopefully that is a feature that we get to see. Also, like presentation, like before the game, it's decent, but I feel like they need to go more in depth with that as well. Like halftime, they need to showcase like highlights and reflect upon it with the commentators. So it's still early access. There's a lot of stuff that they need to fix, need to add, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they actually do within this game. So this is just all the experience that I've experienced so far, just within the 3 days and what they have within the game. as of now. Anyways, that's about it so far that I have as a review. I may do another review in the future, but this is all I gathered from just the 3 day of experience and just in comparison with like Madden. But if I had to give it a rating right now, I would literally give it a 10 out of 10, especially where they came from developing was. Remember, this was a three-man crew. They had a bigger crew come and take over. They went and rebuilt this game from the ground up, from Unity Engine to Unreal Engine, and that is a major milestone, a major improvement that a lot of people don't actually realize the amount of improvements that they literally done since the last game. But if it's a realistic rating, even though it's early access into consideration, right? Because you gotta expect that the game's not going to be fully polished, fully done. You expect the issues, but yet I would give this game a 8.7 out of 10, just because what they have accomplished from July up to now is very impressive, especially with how developing works. And they fixed a lot of stuff, like especially the passing mechanic, catching mechanic, and movement system. The speed difference between players based off ratings and the movement was probably the biggest things that I have seen improved and fixed. So you gotta give this developing team from Maximum Football credit where credit is due. They deserve it. They deserve the support that they need. I'll say give them about 2 more years, and this is going to probably be the first football option. It's really gonna make EA Sports take notice and probably make them actually have to improve and fix their game. But Maximum Football is onto something. They deserve the support. So, fellas, this is all I got for the review so far of my experience. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. What your thoughts and takes on everything that you have noticed or experienced yourself. Um, but outside of that, I love this game. This game got more attention from me than anything else. I'm going to be supporting this product 100%, and I'm going to be playing this product every single day because I'm just simply done with EA Sport. At least Maximum Football makes it enjoyable for me to wanting to play this game every single day. Now, of course, there's going to be people that's going to hate on this. That's fine with me. Y'all can stay with EA Sports, Madden, college football, and enjoy the continued issues that that game has. I'm gonna enjoy this game because actually, this game I have more fun in this game compared to what I had with Madden and college football. And that's not just from offline. That's from both offline and online experience within the gameplay. But for the most part, offline experience is where it's at. Dynasty mode is where it's at. That's what I wanted in Maximum Football, and they delivered with a bang. This is much more better than my experiences with college football and Madden. Anyways, I know this was a long review, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, let me know what you guys think of your opinions down below in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.